City Apartments in York has stayed open, but that particular room has remained unused. Well, let's speak to Andy McMillan, Managing Director of BioDecon. He is in York and his company is helping to decontaminate some of those areas affected. Andy, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
And perhaps you can talk to us about what's involved in this decontamination process.
Well, basically, you're looking at spraying ionized hydrogen peroxide.
Well, we seem to have a glitch in our system. Andy, can you hear me? No? Well, we can just show you some pictures that we filmed of Andy and his team earlier. This is the kind of operation they'll be undertaking in affected areas. As I said, he is helping to decontaminate a number of areas in the York where that student and relative are known to have been. We can see they're in a protective suit using some equipment. I think we have Andy back with us who can talk through this in a bit more detail. Andy, we're just seeing your team at work a little earlier today. So talk us through the process.
Yes. Well, basically, that's a surface spray, so we're spraying ionized hydrogen peroxide into the rooms, and that will kill all known viruses, including the coronavirus. The difference is what we do is we can actually validate the system. We can actually give the customer the confidence to know that that room is sterile through our enzyme indicators, and that just gives us as a company and as well as the client and the customers the reassurance that that room is sterile.
Yeah, how long does it take and how do you know when it's got the all clear?
Well, that's where we use the EIs, the enzyme indicators, so they will tell us that enough hydrogen peroxide, ionized hydrogen peroxide, has been reached in all areas of the room, and that is then on a PDF report given to the customer before we leave. So it gives them the satisfaction and the knowledge to know that they are in a sterile environment.
Yeah, Andy, I'm looking at the suit that you and your team have to wear. It looks like one of those hazmat suits, you know, full body cover, gloves, protective shoes and helmet as well. I mean, you know, how much are you at risk here?
No, it's mainly to protect our staff. It's mainly to protect the environment. We make sure our staff they're fully trained and that they're looked after. It's 7.8 hydrogen peroxide. It's not deadly, but we have to make sure our staff are also, you know, aware of what viruses are in the room, so they need to be protected.
So it's to protect you from the spray, but is it to protect you from the virus or whatever may be in that room as well, presumably?
Yeah, both. I mean, in terms of spraying, it is, you know, it's quite deadly stuff, hydrogen peroxide, but we also need to protect our staff that they're not also contaminating the room, so they're in full Tyvek, air respirators, gloves, shoe coverings, and make sure that what we do and when we leave it sterile.
So this kind of equipment and the spray that you're using, is this the kind of thing that would have been used on the coaches, for instance, to take the British nationals from RAF Brize Norton up to the Wirral? Is this the kind of spray that would have been used in there, for example, to make sure that that was decontaminated?
I'm not sure what's being used in terms of, you know, what's been used on the coaches, but this system is something that they should consider using on the buses. When the people leave the Arrow Park, you know, that should be decontaminated as well. It should be basically made sterile once they've left.
And when we've been speaking to experts about containing this virus, obviously as soon as there is a case known, they retrace that person's steps to every area they've been to. Of course, they spent quite a lot of time in this room, we understand, at Stay City Apartments. What else do you contaminate? Or are the authorities quite confident that once you've got that room, it's OK? Or do you have to go to other parts as well?
Well, that's something we'd have to discuss with the client as well as Public Health England is the fact that do we look at the corridors, do we look at the lift, do we look at the reception area? But mainly I think the place where they stayed, if that was sterilised and done to a robust, you know, way of work, we should all be safe. There shouldn't be a problem.
OK, really interesting. Andy McMillan, Managing Director of BioDecon, a decontamination group that have been working in York, where one of those confirmed cases of coronavirus was uncovered. Andy, thank you for your time this afternoon. We'll let you get back to work.
Thank you.